Lemon was the most yellow. So that is essentially what I'm working towards and will always work towards until I produce it, because she was the best looking dragon I've ever owned. The prettiest dragon I have ever seen was a dragon that I bought in 2015 that I owned all the way to 2016, before I started selling off dragons because I was moving and had a lot of things going on back then, because I was a young adult and I had to move apartments and move houses, and it was just harder to move with a bunch of reptiles. So this was Lemon. This dragon was the brightest yellow dragon I have ever seen in my life. And I have yellow dragons right now that still do not touch this dragon at all. And it's absolutely crazy that dragons how that so bearded dragons stopped being this yellow when people started breeding them for blue bar. And the reason they started stopped being this yellow, because most of the blue bar dragons were having some orange, some red in it, because they were being outcrossed for blue bar. They weren't being outcrossed for color. So they started adding blue bar into yellow dragons, and essentially the yellow dragons, right here in this section, the stripes that go down the back, those became orange. Those became like a red orange color. And obviously hers are not like perfectly yellow. They're honestly like a white color. That was what you got back then with the yellow, pure yellow dragon. You got no oranges down the back and slightly blue, because obviously the tiger bars never really go away. But that was Lemon here. Best dragon I've ever owned, best looking dragon I've ever owned. Honestly, if it wasn't for her, I probably would not like yellow dragons as much as I like yellow dragons now, because every time I buy a yellow dragon, it's to produce that, to produce something similar to her, hopefully, or possibly in the future produce something similar to her by keeping dragons back that I have produced. So that is essentially what I'm working towards and will always work towards until I produce it, because she was the best looking dragon I've ever owned. Let's see.